you are done with most of the certifications?
No, I mean, I'm still working with Azure. I've not really grabbed any of their certifications, so I'm planning for Azure certifications.
Yeah. This Ignite event seemed to be really interesting. It's still valid.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you can still complete some track and get a voucher, whatever. And it's not
yeah,
bad. I mean, the second biggest and most popular cloud technology, right?
yeah. And you just have to complete one of the challenges, not
Yeah,
every challenge. Yeah,
nice, nice. I have to look into it actually closely after this whole Terraform madness. September is over, so
okay, okay. And what about you? How are things with you?
all in all, it's okay. Was busy lately with some other stuff, less of organizational
Mm-hmm,
uh, activities,
mm-hmm.
but some private stuff. But
Okay.
everything else is great. I think you just have to, while learning new technologies, we have to just concentrate on essential for ourselves stuff, and because I don't know if it's the right strategy to learn everything and just be, because so many things are obviously happening. By the way, this month is usually these are conferences, like conference times, like September, October, up until November, I think. This is a time when most of the companies are running their conferences.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, will be plenty of stuff coming up. Tomorrow we have another really interesting event where we have one popular author who is also very experienced in recruiting things. So if you want to ace a really good job, if you're crazy about these top tech companies, just a must place to be tomorrow. The same time, it's in our event stream. We will also everyone will get two of his best-selling ebooks. They're basically one of the most popular ones on Amazon right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, there are some people who are hesitating about this whole big tech boom. Like you have to prepare really hard. They have like multiple rounds of selection, and some people just don't play this game. They don't like it. It's like I don't know. So there are two kind of streams. Some people want to get high paying job and ready to go through all these challenges. Some people just say, you know what, I don't give a heck about it. I'm because the actually once you get this job, the interesting thing starts. There's this like very performant role in most of the times. You have to like go 120% like most of the time. And for most people, it's also fun. They are fine with this, but not all of the people. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We have right now 12 people here in the call. How many people? Six people in the stream. We posted there. Yeah, today's topic is actually this Hacktoberfest event. Ajinkua, you heard about it, right? And
Yeah,
probably some other.
yeah. I actually participated in it last year as well.
Oh, nice. Did you get your T-shirt?
No, no.
But have you completed this requirements?
Yeah. I had
Okay.
created I don't know how many, but I had fulfilled the requirements.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe because you're located in India, we heard it many times. Like there are some challenges in this country of
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
the goods. It's a little bit unfortunate.
yeah,
But you recently got this J Frog T-shirt, right?
yeah. I got
Nice.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. By the way, everyone who participated a few weeks ago as this JFrog event, by now they have to already receive it or just getting it in this time, this week, maybe next week, latest. Yeah. Nice. So yeah, let us talk about this event, which it's a campaign. It's not just an event. Hacktoberfest. It's organized by DigitalOcean. If you don't know DigitalOcean, you should really know the company because it's not just a hosting company. It's a kind of smart company. They provide hosting in a classical way. You can have your virtual machine instance. Yeah, thank you, Ajinkya, for posting the link. I will also repost it to the stream because we have a couple of people there. Page of Hacktoberfest. So basically, it's hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com. DigitalOcean is a company who are organizing it. They're a hosting or a cloud company, but a smaller cloud company. So everyone knows AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, like Oracle, and some other companies as well. Not everyone knows DigitalOcean. They really offer very affordable instances and they go beyond it as well. So it's not only virtual machines, you can have all sort of things. So they have, like, if you want to try it out, they have 2 months for free. They would give you some $60 or $100, I don't remember exactly, a credit which you can use within 2 months for free, basically. Yeah, and they also organize this kind of cool campaigns every single year already for multiple years in a row, which they call Hacktoberfest. It's a kind of playing with the word Oktoberfest, which it's a beer festival which takes place end of September, beginning of October, usually in Germany, not very far away from where I live. I'm in Nuremberg. They do it in Munich. It's like 200 kilometers away. Not this year. Not this year because of this whole things, pandemics and everything. But usually they do. So yeah, the Hacktoberfest is a celebration of open source, where everyone is encouraged to contribute to open source and get some prize for this. If you Ajinkwe, you know the rules for sure. You want to tell us a little bit about the rules, like what should you do, what can you get in return?
Yeah, so the officials rules are like you have to create I don't know how many, but let me just quickly check.
I think they looked at four PRs.
Yeah, you have to create at least 4 pull requests to any of the public Git repositories on GitHub, and that's it. So once you register for Hacktoberfest, and then when you create pull requests, they'll track those requests. So you don't have to do anything else other than just creating pull request, and that's pretty much it. I mean,
So
there's not.
I thought that it would be like 5 pull requests, but you say it's 4?
Yeah, it's 4. I
Okay, cool.
I've just pasted the rules section here in the chat.
Okay.
Last year it was
To
5.
earn, yeah. Oh yeah, it was before 5. It was before, like
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
4. Okay, so I will read out loud. To earn your Hacktoberfest tea or tree reward, you must register and make your 4 valid pull requests between October 1st and October 31st in any time zone. PRs, pull requests, can be made to any public repo on GitHub, not only the ones with issues labeled Hacktoberfest. That's pretty much a very liberal. I mean, we have our organization actually as a community on GitHub, and we have a plenty of repositories there. So does it actually mean that we can just improve somehow our repositories of the community and just that would be it? It would be too
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. So anyone can create pull request to pretty much any public Git repository out there on GitHub. So it's not necessary that, yeah, and the thing is that repository should be public, not
So the
for a
only
private.
condition, yeah, the only condition is just it should be a public repository. That's it.
Yeah, and another thing is the maintainer or the owner of that repository should accept your pull request. So it should not be a spam request or just I mean, changing some words or adding some unnecessary files and creating pull requests. So, yeah,
Yeah, obviously it shouldn't be some kind of BS, commitment, but it should be
yeah,
something reasonable, and the maintainer of the repository, whoever it is, should actually accept it. Great. I'm sharing here our community GitHub organization. It's not even a repository. It's a whole organization. Organizations means it's just a bunch of under one branding, whatever. And we have plenty of repositories there. One, just to name a few examples, one is, and it's not even software always. One is a list of free certifications which we maintain lately. It's not, it was not like really nicely maintained. So if you want to improve it, feel free to do so and uh, file a pull requests there. We have a list of books, free books, tech books mostly. This is a whole different repository and stuff like this. So it shouldn't be necessary. Like nowadays, GitHub is being used for all sort of things. Basically, whatever you want to do collaboratively with other people, you can use GitHub. It's software creation anymore. You don't have any idea how to kind of. But it's also a nice opportunity for people who are not familiar with open source or GitHub. It's a great opportunity for them to get their feet a little bit, wet with these things, try the things out. Yeah, but you have to register somewhere, right? It's not just only you just go to GitHub, create an account, and just do stuff, right?
yeah. So you have to register on Hacktoberfest's page. There you have to connect your GitHub account so that they can track your pull requests.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's probably somewhere at hacktoberfest.com,
yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Okay. Mm, nice. So after this call, I will put together kind of like steps how to proceed for everyone so that it will be easier uh, to just follow this whole thing. And I will send it out to everyone who registered actually for this event in our community. Is there anything else, like from your experience, what you should do, or any kind of interesting tips and advices? By the way, do we have other people here in the call who actually did it already last year, this Hacktober, who participated at this Hacktoberfest campaign? Last or previous year, any like year before? Or is it only Ajinkouya who took part there. Okay, seem to be a lot of newbies when it comes to Hacktoberfest, what is really nice. So is it anything what we can discuss here, or are there any questions, especially like if you are everyone, if you are new to this campaign, are there any questions you still have?
And there's one more thing to note here. This time they have kept uh, the number of participants. So on their rules, they say that the first 70,000 participants who successfully complete the challenge will be eligible for a prize.
Uh,
So I'll advise everyone to create your pull requests as soon as possible because they get, I mean, a crazy amount of response. So yeah, just make sure you participate in it as soon as possible.
yeah, makes sense because I can imagine there would be many people who would just register and create. For pull requests, it's not very difficult. So yeah, it would make total sense for them to limit the number of eligible attendees or who will actually get granted with this. By the way, they have this year, they don't only have t-shirt, what they used to have like every year as a kind of prize for your contribution. Alternatively, you can also choose to plant a tree. They would just uh, task some company, whatever, to plant a tree somewhere in a place where it's required, where there are not many greens or whatever, in your name. It's a kind of, they will pay actually for this. So yeah, if you're not very much into t-shirts, if you have like dozens and dozens of t-shirts and you don't wear them because you just cannot wear all of them, consider also an option to go for a brand new tree planted in your name, with your contribution. Usually when they send out t-shirts, it's not just only t-shirts, they will also add some swag there, some stickers or some whatever, a couple of other things, right, stickers. Ajinkwe is writing it right now in the chat. Usually also for some other companies here with whom exactly they are working together. These are usually like couple of companies, but DigitalOcean is driving it every year. And once you get your t-shirt, make sure to post it somewhere on LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. You can link DigitalOcean. They have this hashtag. Actually, you can use two hashtags. One is just Hacktoberfest, and another one is Hacktoberfest 2020. Feel free to use both of them. Show it off. You can also link our community if you want. And yeah, make a picture of your t-shirt once it arrives. I'm not sure when they will be sending it out. I could imagine they would at first like wait till the end of October and then we'll begin to send out the t-shirts. The special thing about this Hacktoberfest t-shirts, every year they have a different motif or different picture there. So basically they create a logo for every single year of Hacktoberfest, and some people are even collecting them, just different Hacktoberfest t-shirts. Yeah, I don't have any because I've wanted actually with our community, with our brand new community back then, to participate in person in Nuremberg. I approached a couple of open source companies which are located in Nuremberg, but none of them was kind of interested, and I didn't have enough time to pull it off like completely on my own, because it just kind of requires some organizational effort. But yeah, for sure this year discussing it. Oh, so Ajinkwe is writing that they are usually starting to ship it in December and starting from December. So interesting. Yeah, it will take some time then. Okay. So if that's it, then if there are any questions. Okay, there is a question from Arnab. I made all four pull requests to the same account. Is that valid? Well, you have to use the same account for your GitHub account for all the pull requests. Probably what you mean is that if I file this pull requests or like all of them to one single repository, if they are like meaningful, I don't see why it shouldn't be possible. I haven't seen anything like this in the rules that you have to like create four pull requests to four different repositories. No, it's not the case. Where you get maybe just if you want to commit something, maybe you can kind of split it into four pull requests into chunks. You could. So, well, you could actually, but it's not just only to create these pull requests to get the T-shirt. It's also the fun, and the support what they want to achieve with this campaign. I would, if you have like one chunk of improvement, then I would say make a one pull request and then just see what else can be improved. Which projects, like there could be one big organization also where you can improve is the Free Code Camp. It's a non-profit and they're doing a great job providing all the different tutorials on YouTube, on their website, and they have also GitHub repository, not only a repository, it's just a whole organization. Let me quickly find it. It's a place to go for all newbie programmers, developers, and they contribute a lot to the developer community. Idea where to contribute, or you want to, it's also actually a nice idea to have kind of once you want to contribute different repositories. I'm just sharing right now the Free Code Camp organization at GitHub. Feel free to use it. Arnab is asking, hi, how to contact you. You can contact any of us on our chat spaces. We have a space at, where do we have it? Everywhere, Slack, Discord, and also Telegram. If you just go to the homepage of our community at meetup.com, you will find in the description pretty much everything you need to know. Share with you our community homepage. As of now, it's meetup.com, and we have a chapter there. Sooner or later to a different platform. Yeah, and again, thank you, Ajinkwe, for reminder. We have our own organization. We posted it in the Actually, I will add it into this follow-up email that we link to our cloud community organization at GitHub. Thank you, Arna. I'm not used to hear it from people, but you know what? Yeah, we just a community who want to help each other. We do a lot of self-learning. Hopefully, we will have at some point kind of academy or whatever where we can transfer our knowledge into kind of courses which everyone can attend. What else? Yeah, if you have as a community member any idea what can be done, how we can support you, how you can contribute, feel free to reach out to me or post it publicly in one of our chat spaces. We are like really, we are eager for new stuff. Not we are searching for new ways to help each other and to contribute. What else? Any other ideas, guys and girls?
Hey Karen, Ravi here.
Hi,
I
Ravi.
think this is from one of the channels, I don't know, Telegram or Slack, but I think people were looking for help in terms of, you know, building their online presence. I think Hacktoberfest actually provides us that opportunity. Can we collaborate on those lines somehow? Because it's, if I'm not wrong, I can probably check the Slack right away. Um,
It's a great idea, I think. But the question is, and we have to clarify it, if you can actually contribute to your own repository, because to create your own presence, I would suggest to use GitHub pages, for example, the topic which we were discussing like many times, and we have uh, hands-on coding sessions going on every week on Saturday for this topic alone. We are kind of jointly creating a community homepage, but you can use the same technique to create your own homepage, right?
yep.
The only question is, does it count if you create your own repository on in your GitHub account and you just create 5? No, it's not even. Usually, if it's your repository, you don't have to create pull requests. You just contribute, right?
Yes.
You just commit to your repository.
True, true. It's more or less like I mean, there's nobody else to review, right? So it's my repository. So ultimately, pull request usually doesn't make sense when nobody is there to review. Some kind of open repository where there are multiple contributions. That's when probably PR makes a sense.
Yeah, or you can ask like I don't know, like you in your body, you can
Yeah,
create
yeah.
your own like repositories for your homepage, and everyone would contribute code to each other. In this way, you could kind of trick it. Yeah, I think the idea behind it was more like to make open source more aware, and involve more people into open source. I think it was the spirit behind this campaign. But
True. Yeah.
yeah, of course, why not? Like at the end of the day, if you would create your own homepage, but it's super cool with GitHub pages. If anyone here doesn't know what GitHub pages are, these are static kind of hosting which you get for free once you create a GitHub account. The only condition is that your repository have to be open so that it can be published as a GitHub page. And it's super reliable. It will almost never go down. There are only a few cases when actually the whole GitHub went down, but just for a short time, I would say. And it's free again. I think I mentioned it. It's super fast. So yeah, but it fits very nicely to blogs if you want to like once in a week you want to write an article or something like this. It's perfect. Not very great for dynamic websites where you would have like user management and stuff like this, like usual CMS tasks. But it's a great replacement actually for sites like WordPress, where once in a while you would just add something, where you have your showcase of your profile. Maybe you can upload your certificates, something like this. It just works great.
Yeah, I actually pasted a chat from our Slack channel. Somebody had mentioned that. Let me check. Yeah, I think Charles Woodra in the general channel. That was what he was looking out for, and a lot of people were trying to help him by sharing, like, why don't you create GitHub projects? Contributions will help, and if we can plan something on those lines where people can they build their profile along with yeah, of course, I can raise a PR for somebody else, and somebody else can raise. We can do a buddy kind of way as well, but ultimately it'll help them build their profile online somehow, and also learning happens as well as I know this is just a big idea because you are asking for ideas. I thought, why not try help people who have this kind of scenario, who needs and are looking for some kind of help in these lines via community.
Absolutely, it's a great idea actually. It's a great idea. Only I'm not sure how to join it kind of with how to unite it with this Hacktoberfest campaign, because here you would need like really pull requests. I don't know. But other than that, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Apurv is writing that he's also facing a similar issue. What kind of issue? Like you want to create your own homepage?
No, it's not. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, and your dog also.
And it's not my dog; it's the street dogs. But yeah.
Okay.
So actually, the what Ravi was saying that people who are new to DevOps and everything, and they try to they they get certification and all, but ultimately that doesn't help until unless you have something you have worked on, which actually they want to know that if you have in-depth knowledge of particular technology or not. So yeah, it's actually on in the line of what Ravi wrote. I was just and whatever you post or on Discord or on cloud user group, those definitely help. But yeah, it's the deep knowledge that they require, and you need to know how if you're using Kubernetes, how Kubernetes is being used with along with Jenkins, how development team use that, or so that's just a basic idea. I mean, see, that little thing could help people who are just looking for job into who are trying to move into DevOps.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And indeed, I think it was an advice for multiple experts. If you want to get into this kind of roles and jobs, almost all of them require at least a couple of years of experience, or it's like highly wished. You have better chances comparing to other people if you have a couple of years of experience. But then, we have this vicious circle, how to get this couple of years of experience if you just need to get just a job in this field in the first place. And the advice and the solution would be find an open source project, which is at best, it's kind of known in the industry. And because all of the open source projects, they would almost never say no if you want to contribute. And most of them require a contribution in the form of developers. You have to be either a front-end or back-end developer. But some of them would also need some people who are more into infrastructure and into DevOps, building pipelines, and stuff like this. So if you can find something like this, a project like this, yeah, I think it would be really great. Even we just last week we streamed a Kubernetes event, a new release of the new Kubernetes version. And even there, they said like we need contributors. We have a shadow deployment team or whatever, however they call it. So basically, you work in teams on the deployment of new versions of Kubernetes and stuff like this. Like imagine that you would be a contributor to Kubernetes, and here you go. I think it's just a great chance also to showcase your skills and stuff like this. Yes, Approve. You want to say something?
No, yeah, I agree. Sorry.
The only challenge is like how to find this kind of open source projects. Maybe use some keywords like GitHub has this hashtags, keywords you can use to search. If you are into Jenkins, just search for Jenkins with the keyword and get all these projects who are nearly doing something like this with this technology and so on. So yeah, it would be like a double kill, you know, if you just can contribute within Hacktoberfest and also find a project which can just grow you professionally in your field which you have chosen. It would be great. But you know, it wouldn't be like probably a great fit for everyone. So it's I guess it's very much individual. But feel free to share if you found a nice project which you think our community, which like consists mostly of DevOps people, would be interested in. Just feel free to share or exchange with people what they think about it. Arnab is asking, which is the best place to start learning DevOps, any website or YouTube channel? Many of the sources. I think the challenge here is just to get to know the whole landscape, because like DevOps consists of so many tools and it's just crazy. Like one way would be to stay in a community like ours. There are a couple of more groups, Telegram, whatever, you know, websites, meetups, where you can, if you hang out with them, the chances are high you will constantly hear about these different technologies, and you will attend different events there. Maybe you can also pass some kind of certifications in these different fields. Sorry, kids are going crazy a little bit here. Yeah. So yeah, just get involved and stay involved there. This is what it would be my advice. But there are definitely some kind of onboarding videos, whatever you can find, which will get you going really quickly with the DevOps topics. Like books, like search for books, articles. I would be, if you have no idea at all, it would be like a nice entry point. And my advice would be, once you see or meet some kind of strange new terms, buzzwords, write them down and just clarify later what it actually means. So there are like too many buzzwords right now in this whole industry. The key is to understand actually what are the behind them, like what concepts are behind them, which are mostly not very difficult concepts to grasp. Yeah, Ajinkwe just posted here a link. I guess it's just some article where with the DevOps topics, so you can start there. Sagnik is asking in the YouTube stream, I have made 15 pull requests. Will I get a t-shirt? Two things. The pull requests, well, there are many things. Like these pull requests have to be made and or accepted. I don't know, like for sure accepted, but maybe even made within the time frame of from 1st October till the last day, 31st of October. I would even recommend to create pull requests at this time, not only just get them approved. Second thing, your pull requests have to be actually accepted. So to create a pull request is one thing, and to get it accepted by the maintainer of the repository is a different thing. It's just the next stage. We are talking here about accepted pull requests, so take it into consideration. 15, that's great. Like, it's way more than what's required. And you have to be registered for this campaign with using the homepage, which has been posted many times. It's hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com. You have to register there, I would say, first, and then start with the pull requests. Maybe it's even possible, like, once if you have created pull requests, you can register afterwards and get them approved. I have no idea, but a safe way would be read the rules. I don't have them in my head all the time. The safe way would be register first, then create pull requests and wait until they are all accepted, and it should be okay if it's within this time frame. As Ajinkya suggested, they have a capacity for this kind of campaign this year. I think he said 70,000 t-shirts or whatever, trees. Alternatively, you can plant a tree. So be quick. Yeah. Arnab is writing that you actually have to register first and then create pull requests. Yeah, it would make sense. That would be the right. Yeah, this is nice. This is a good point. I will note it and send out to our afterwards after the call. Any other suggestions or questions? Shivank is asking, if the pull request is not merged, will it be counted for the fest? No, it should be actually accepted. It should be accepted, otherwise you can just create as many as you want, like to the Linux core, like something like this, just some nonsense pull requests, which will just hang there, I don't know, for years, because nobody probably needs it. So it should be something what makes sense, actually. So yeah, you can even there are many projects which are, or software which are requiring translation. So basically they have the basic English version and they would like to have kind of it interface translated into different languages. This is what you can do. This is an advice from Linda, from our community member, who did it, I think, last year or a couple of years ago. She did just that. She has a different native language other than English, so she just translated a couple of stuff or some functionality, UI stuff into her native language and submitted it as a pull request, and it got that accepted. Her case. I would say it would be safe if you create these pull requests related to software repositories. And I don't know, I think the condition is just generally to a repository. I would think maybe it just makes sense if you contribute to some kind of software. It just, I don't know. What do you think, guys and girls? I don't think that it's somewhere in the conditions that it should be software necessarily. So basically, why I'm talking about it, because you can have a repository of any sort. Like, it would be just some markdown files, some text files. We are using them like to contribute kind of text, to describe some kind of courses which we study, for stuff like this. But a homepage, for example, like HTML homepage or something like this, a portfolio homepage, it's already software. So yeah, should be eligible. But I don't even know. I think it just it's not a requirement at all. It just, if you want to be like 200% sure. What do you think, Ajinkya? Is it safe to contribute to a software repository, or do you think it can be any repository?
Yeah, so as long as it is a open Git repository, then I don't think there's any um, restriction. Yeah, so only thing that they want is to Git repository to be a public repository. It can be a repository of anything, source code of any, uh, I mean, any open source technology, or even a source code of someone's private, GitHub page, anything. You can contribute to your friends' repository as well. There is no restriction on kind of um, contribution needs to be made. Uh, just that it's I mean they expect it to be worthwhile contribution. That's it.
Yeah, makes total sense. So it should be something useful, actually, what you contribute. But as Ajinkya said, it shouldn't be necessarily software. So any open repository. And sometimes I would say maybe pay attention once you want to contribute to a repository, that it has like some kind of license attached to it. It would be safe, I think, but it should be open, like by definition. So there are like they can be, the repository can be open, but it still can have no license attached to it. I would say it's probably even safer if a repository you contribute to has kind of one of the open source licenses. There are plenty of open source licenses. A simplest one, I guess, is MIT license, and many repositories are using this MIT license. It's just a couple of paragraphs long. Really, it's very short. But yeah, I would say if you just want to be like 100% sure that the repository or you want to create a repository where your friends maybe can contribute, just create it with a kind of open source license, and you're on the safe side. And if you have no idea about open source licenses, many people, like majority of people, are using actually the MIT license, which is very simplistic, very short. It just basically says whatever I develop, it's open source, feel free to use it. Don't don't pull me into court for this, no warranty whatsoever how it works. This is just how it is, so it's like Ankit is asking, is the first 70,000 of each country like attached to every country? No, it's in total. So they will only serve 70,000 applied for this Hacktoberfest campaign this year, if they have everything, like if their application is actually eligible. It's not really in any way is attached to a country, so they don't distinguish a country. They just see how many people first contributed 70,000 like eligible people, and they will serve them. It's understandable that they have limited capacity. Are there any other questions, or Ajinkya? Yeah, you want to say something?
I guess no. I can quickly share my screen, and for those
Sure,
who don't know how to track their progress, like
sure,
someone was asking that they had made some 15 pull requests, so are they eligible or not? So I can,
sure. Go ahead. It will be great.
yeah, let me know. Can you see my screen?
It's going through. Yes, 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 yes. We can see now.
So this one here is the, yeah, and you guys would have already got the link. So when you go on hacktoberfest.digitalocean.com, this is the home page where I mean you can read all the rules and event details, etc., etc. When you click on start hacking, it will ask you to sign in with GitHub. So right now I've already signed in, so it directly redirected me. Um, and once you log in with GitHub, your GitHub profile, you'll see this profile page. So here it tracks your progress. Right now I've not made any pull requests, so it's 0 of 4 pull requests. So right now, whenever you create any pull request and the maintainer of that repository accepts your pull request, it will track here, it will update the number. So for your first, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you are done with 4 pull requests and it shows, I mean, it tracks them and it shows them here. So that's it, that's pretty much it, and you are done. So, and here, if you click on get started, you can learn more about Git, etc., etc. So they've given rules here as well, quality standards of pull requests, like should not be automated pull requests. So you should not be using any CI tools, etc. And the then yeah, here there are some learning resources for Git, etc., etc. GitHub training kit. So those who are new to GitHub and really don't know how to create pull requests, they can read up stuff from here. So yeah, once you create your account and link it with GitHub, you will see this stuff here under resources. Yeah, so I guess it will be clear now.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ajinkya. Yeah, it it's more clear now because now everyone can see actually the cockpit, your language landing page, whatever, like how your account would look like. And this they really actually count your pull requests, what is really nice. So you can create one pull request, see, wait until it gets accepted, and you will see the progress immediately on your dashboard, what is really nice. This is the experience you had last year, right?
Yes, yes.
Hmm. Probably they are somehow connected to the GitHub API so that they can easily track it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why they require us to sign with GitHub and not with any other login method like Google account, etc. It's only a GitHub login.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's already like going back to this HashiCorp Terraform certifications. It surprised me also to register for their exam. They just required a GitHub account. It was so interesting. They would not allow you even to create your vanilla, like pure account with your email. or any other option to log in. You have to have a GitHub account. Really interesting. I see it from time to time with some other developer tools. They would just ask you for your GitHub with your GitHub. Interesting. So yeah, if you still don't have a GitHub account, you really should. Okay, so I think we are, with the help of Ajinkya and some other people in the call, I think we have clarified most of the questions for ourselves. Kalyan has just joined. Hi, Kalyan. We are already like wrapping up, but you can watch the recording. I think the beginning of our conversation was not exactly recorded on the stream, but the most important part is there, so you can watch it. And I will send out a follow-up email to everyone who reserved a seat for this event. Yeah, so it's 1st of October. Start your journey with the Hacktoberfest. Big week, as Ajinkya advised, there are only 70,000 spots, and make some sensible, useful contribution to open source. If you always dreamed to create your own homepage, whatever, find a way, because your own contribution to your own repository obviously doesn't count. But yeah. Hi, Lucas. I saw you just joined.
Hi.
Hi. We were talking about Hacktoberfest campaign this year and how to contribute. Do you have any experience with this?
I wanted to contribute in the last years, but I didn't contribute very much. But over the years, I contributed to open source without the Hacktoberfest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice. But you know the rules how to do it? It would be great if you can be within this campaign this year. It's only in October.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there are some issues and so on and projects on GitHub that are marked with the Hacktoberfest label, and you have to contribute to those issues.
I think it's not the case anymore, right, Ajinkya? Because I think it was the case before.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can, yeah, Ajinkya, go ahead.
Yeah, to be really honest, it wasn't the case even before also. Yeah, so they really, I mean, GitHub repository is not really a constraint as long as it's a public repository.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically pick any public repository, register, like at first register for this Hacktoberfest on their homepage, connect it with your GitHub account, go ahead and pick any public repository, make a useful contribution there for pull requests. Those pull requests have to be accepted by the maintainer. You will see the progress on your Hacktoberfest dashboard, which got accepted, which not. Like you will see, I guess, only the accepted ones. And that's it. And be quick because they have only 70,000 slots, which will be probably all used pretty quickly.
By the way, I have some open source libraries that I had the idea that I could register as a maintainer and then let people contribute to my open source libraries.
Yeah.
By the way, if someone is a Dart developer or has any experience with it or wants to learn it, it's really easy to learn if you already know Java, for example, or JavaScript. You can learn it in, I don't lie, in a week you know the whole language.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, it's really straightforward and has some really nice features.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more modern language than.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want people to contribute to your repository, you can post it somewhere in our either like one of our channels, one of our communication channels.
Mhm.
Yeah, great. Also, I mentioned that we have our own kind of organization on GitHub. We have repositories there. The most popular one is a list of free certifications,
Mhm.
which we
Nice.
kind of maintain. Yeah, if you want, you can just check them out, and if you see something what is expired, you can make a pull request out of it or add a new one. I'm pretty sure we have not all of them are listed there, so there are many more.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, what we are also going to do is we have our community homepage, which we are going to develop further. So that's another thing.
Yeah, but it could be complicated because we have kind of I don't know what people can contribute right now. It's not a really productive system right now. They're just a kind of draft what we are using every week, you know.
Yeah, but at least I could turn my commits into a pull request and then
Sure.
a bit on the Hacktoberfest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So, are there any other questions or suggestions for this discussion related to Hacktoberfest 2020? Tibebes is writing in our YouTube stream. Here you find GitHub repos with the issue labeled "Help Wanted." Okay, and are still open. Okay, so Tibebes is suggesting to search for, in quotes, "help dash wanted." This is like a way how some repository maintainers would signal that they actually need actively help, and you can try this. Yeah, this advice. Put in quotes "help dash wanted" and maybe you will discover some repositories which actually need some support and contribution. Thank you, Tiberius. Okay, great. So who joined later, you can watch the recording. I will be sending out within the next hour or so. I will be sending out a follow-up email with a very short kind of steps how to proceed with Hacktoberfest. This is an amazing campaign. DigitalOcean is a great company who is not only selling their web hosting, you know, but also taking care of open source, giving back to the community. And if everything goes well, we are actually in touch with the DigitalOcean, with their officials. And if everything will go well, we will have more interactions with this amazing company in the near future. They're very active, they're very supportive. They even offered us a hosting for our community project or our community server for chats like this, for example. So yeah, you will definitely see more coming from this direction. For now, for many people, for the first time, make a good use of Hacktoberfest. Take part, get your amazing t-shirt or plant a tree. This year there is an option, instead of getting t-shirt, to plant a young tree, and yeah, contribute to the ecosystem and also to the open source world. That's it for now from my side. If you have anything to add, feel free to do so. We have a couple of more minutes, and I would say if there's no more to be added to this conversation, let's wrap up. Don't miss tomorrow. We have an amazing author coming to our community, speaking at our community about jobs at high-tech companies. He's an insider. He knows he worked for these big tech companies, who knows exactly where the recruiters are watching to, how to correctly prepare your CV, how to get your strategy to get employed right. So all the important insights. And on top of this, you will get 2 of his best-selling books on this topic for free. So don't miss it. It's tomorrow. It's on our event timeline in our community. Okay, everyone. So thank you very much for taking part, and see you tomorrow or the next time. Bye bye.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.